I came to work at Pereira O'Dell because they are, at the time they were a shop of around 50 people doing a lot of really cool and very different, very quirky work.
Definitely just the culture and the vibe. It's really relaxed place, and that's just great for a creative.
I was the first employee at Pereira O'Dell, so it was really more of PJ calling me and saying he was starting an agency and wanted me to come on board.
There's a lot of circus people here. It felt like a sort of natural transition. People respect circus alum here. In fact, there's this one guy his name's Charlie. He's right here. Charlie, hey, how you doing, man?
Hey, is that an alcohol?
Yeah, you want some?
That's great. No.
Okay. Will you tell him, he's a writer here, will you tell him where you went to school?
I went to University of Texas. I got my Master's of Arts there in advertising. So.
What's that, a clown college? Circus rules.
Clients don't always have great taste, but you have to kind of work within those boundaries and find some common ground there. That's part of the challenge, you know.
There's so many things you don't really realize that go into different work. You think you just get a brief and you're like, oh, make a cool thing, but like some of the best clients and the best work you get are from like really small clients because there's not so much money behind it and there's not as many people like kind of there to ruin it.
Just the ability to make great things.
I think becoming a better learner and always wanting to learn and being open to learn, listening to people and actually listening to them, just being a sponge, you know.
While we're here at Pereira O'Dell, I feel like we want to stay as much of a part of this and help this place grow as possible and grow with it.
I think the goal from the beginning has been to be one of the biggest and the best creative agencies in the world.
When you're evaluating agencies, talk to people who are there and who will give you an honest opinion.
Take your time. I know it sounds like a convenient thing to say. Take your time. Oh yeah, well it's a pretty competitive industry. I don't know if I can take my time. Take your time.
Because there's probably, for every agency on your top 5 list, there's probably 5 more that are just as awesome that you may not know about and may be a perfect fit for you.
It's also important to know that you can turn things down too.
Go where you're wanted.
Put something in your book that not everyone's gonna like but you love. And if an agency doesn't like that, then chances are you don't want to work there.
Most important things you need to know are what the atmosphere, what the day-to-day is like, what you're gonna get to work on, and who you're gonna work under.
Any agency will tell you it's the people in it that mean the most and make it what it is, and I think that's really true, you know.
Really making sure that the culture is just as important as the work, and that it's somewhere you're gonna like be stoked to walk into every day and spend lots of time there and spend lots of time with the people there.
When you're working on your book, to make it more reflective of yourself than like feedback that you get, because I mean feedback's super important, but at the end of the day, like when you have your book together, you're gonna show there's a million different agencies out there and they all have a different style.
There's so many great, high polished books out there that your book needs to be great.
I think once you sort of figure out that there's no right answer to anything that you work on, the less frustrated and stressed out and jaded you'll be in this career.
But like this is not, I mean, work your ass off by all means, like do all that, but like
It's advertising where, you know, it's, if you're not having fun doing it, then, you know, that's like when the best work comes out. So.
Right.
Just remember that there are way worse things you could be doing for a job. It's gonna get shitty at sometimes, a lot of times, and you're gonna complain about the stupidest things like Facebook ads getting killed, or, you know, client didn't like your line or they're changing your idea. But man, if you just stop and pull away for a second, it's a good life. It's a really good life.
If I had one word to describe Dan Balzer, don't get me started on Dan Balzer.
Oh, Dan Balzer, don't get me started.
An influence in Many ways. So an influencer.
Honest.
Loud? New York? New Yorker?
Angry at everything. Everything.
I think the popular answer would be like cantankerous or grumpy of some sort, but really I think it would be kind.